Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Happy Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
Afternoon?
It's
Afternoon.
afternoon.
It's afternoon. How are you, babe?
I'm doing good today. I'm excited to be here. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's a busy day over here, okay? In Whipper and Wisdom Land. Oh, sorry. This is Whipper and
Wisdom.
And today is Relationship Vlog Series, Episode 3, The Art of Dating for Singles and Couples. So normally you guys probably hear me talk about old time and not wanting to take up too much time. But I'm not going to be able to do that today because this one is pretty juicy. So go get your juice. Is it juicy?
I think it's very juicy. Yeah, I'm excited.
And we already got some joiners. Hey, everybody.
Thank you all for joining us.
Hey, Angelisa. Hey,
Angelisa.
girl. Welcome to the vlog series, girl. I love what you do. You do a wonderful thing, I think, for singles. I don't want to categorize it. You do it, but, you know, I love what you do as well. So it's nice to see other people doing the same kind of hard work. So,
Well
funny?
said.
Wasn't that funny?
Yeah, hard work.
Today's a crazy day. You know, we got so much stuff going on. We're about to part ways and do our own errands, and Yolanda is going to get her face beat practice for our wedding. Okay? She's trying to stage me, y'all. Right?
That's why I might look a little plain Jane, but nevertheless beautiful.
You look good.
Oh,
You look good.
thanks. All right.
We just actually bumped into a friend of ours, and she's like, I'm so excited about the wedding. And it said something to me like, yes, we're busy. Yes, we're stressed. Yes, we're broke. But I'm going to choose happiness because this is actually a wonderful, blessed moment. And this is our moment in time. So I don't want to, you know, kind of clog it up with or overshadow it with being stressed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You said, we talked about that too.
Yeah.
And I don't
Well
want
put it.
to overshadow the stress with the beautiful moment that we are a part of right now. So, having said that, let's get on into it. So, I said that I will cover the art of dating for singles, and the subjects that I'm going to cover are how to date with purpose and some do's and don'ts leading up to the first date, dating yourself. Ooh, child, I can't wait till we get to that part. Amen. And finding out, really doing some self-inventory to figure out if you are relationship ready, because far too many of us get into relationships, we're not ready. We're not ready. And by ready, I don't mean desperate and lonely. You know what I mean? And I'm shooting from the hip. I'm shooting from both thick hips today because I am so ready to see a shift in like the paradigm of women who are, and men. But of course I connect more with women because I'm a woman. So I'm so ready to see us be relationship ready.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you think about being single, there is such a stigma that comes with being single. There is, oh, she's single because she's lonely, or she's single, she must be depressed, or she must be, what's wrong with her? Why is she single? You know, singledom is a good place. It can be a place of choice. It can be a place of transition. Oh, great. You can see it on, okay, great.
up on my phone.
That's great. That's great. Sorry, we were just checking our technical things going on over here. So yes, it can be a place of transition. It can be a place of choice, and to be single, and some people, takes a lot of courage. And so there are some self-inventory questions that I came up with for single people who may want to be in a relationship. And so the first question is, are you happy with you? Right now, how you look, where you work, what you do, where you go, who you surround yourself with, what you believe. Are you happy with you? And you need to really sit in the dark or alone or wherever your safe space is to answer that question as authentically as possible, because the answer, good, bad, and different, is going to show up in your next relationship. I promise you, okay? And I'll pay on that one. I'll pay. So you have to ask yourself, are you happy with you? And if you're not, it's okay, because we've all been there. We've all been in transitions in our life. We've all been in places of struggle. We've been downtrodden. We've been brokenhearted. We've been broken. Hello? Amen. So, I mean, you preaching to the choir right now, honey. So, it's okay. And there's no beat up that you have to do if you're not. But understand that that's not the time for you to engage intimately with another person, because that person is then going to inherit all of your unhappiness at the moment, and they don't deserve that. And I am a very firm believer, you attract what and where you are. If you feel like you're with a person that you're always putting down, you're not happy with, other people are putting down, and let's check in, boo. That's where you are. That's where you are in your life. You attracted that person energetically, because the universe will not give you what you're not ready for. I promise you. I know exactly what I'm talking about right now. So I'm like borderline cocky because I'm so sure about it. But the universe will not give you what you didn't ask for. So if you got some bum, and I'm saying that not as me saying it, that's just a popular term, don't want to work, not treating you right, don't like your kids, or the family don't like this person, or that is what you attracted. What are you giving the universe that this is what the universe is giving back to you?
Shut up.
So that's what she says when she's excited. She's not telling me to shut up, right, babe?
Right.
Okay. So the other question is, do you want to be in an intimate relationship with another person? So that's also a very key question, because I'm just going to put it all out there. I, until recently, believed that everybody wants to be with everybody. But that's because I'm a love junkie. I not only want to see myself in love, but I want everybody around me to be in love. I don't have to know you. You could be in another country. If you want to be in love and you want to be in a relationship, I want you to be. I want you to be happy. But there's no problem if you don't want to be. And society puts a great pressure on people who are single to boo up or wife up. You don't have to do that. If that's not what you want, then that's okay. And there's no judgment in that, and there's no beat up in that either. And I have to just, acknowledge my breakdown and say that I have to learn not to try and push people who are single into relationships, because my love language is being with another person, and that's what makes me happy, but it may not make other people happy, and that's okay too. However, there's an opportunity there for you to really get in conversation with yourself, because for those of us who believe in God, I don't want to, I'm going to speak very generally. He made us in love and loving each other, and naturally leaning towards other people in love and kinship and fellowship and what have you. So to me, it's perfectly natural to want to be in love or in a relationship with another person.
Well stated.
So thank you, honey.
Yeah.
So I'm going to church today. Y'all should see my notes. So okay, here's another question. Why? So after you answer the question whether you don't want to be in a relationship, whether you do want to be in a relationship, why do you want to be in a relationship? Are you holding off on your own self-work and distracting yourself from what you need to do for you with a relationship? Because it's easy to boo up, whether it's moving you forward or not. You could be booed up in like a week, and we'll get to that later. So it's easy to do that, right? Why look at our own shit when we could go to happy hour and meet somebody at the other side of the bar?
Wow.
And flirt and buy drinks and meet up to go out and do some more flirting. Why look at our own stuff when we could look at somebody else, right? So that's really a big piece. I don't want to like totally delve into that for the whole vlog, but that's a big piece. We have to realize when we are suspending our own growth and healing for the easiness of being with somebody else. Because y'all should see her over here. I told her I was going to church. We normally talk about what we're gonna say beforehand, but the week has gone by so fast we didn't have a chance to do that this time. So you guys are hearing it the first time just like she's hearing it. So it must be good, huh? It's good?
Yeah.
Tell me, babe.
No, it's good.
So be quiet, P. You know happy hour is my thing. Yes, honey. So, you know, that's important too. Do not suspend your own journey and your own health, your own healing, your own growth. And to be, let's just be real gutter about it. Don't suspend no shit you need to do for you to be in a relationship, because I promise you that is going to poison your relationship. Okay? So it's called big girl panties, right? Big girl panties. Put on your big girl panties. I got a few if you need a pair. Okay? All right. So I also said that I would do some research and find out some of the best dating apps that have the most results of actually linking people together. And, oh no.
Whoa.
I hope everybody all right, but they all in our vlog. Amen. So I looked up some of the best dating apps were said to be OkCupid. However, I'm going to just say I used OkCupid and it's free and you get what you pay for. I'm going to leave that there because who knows? You might find love of your life on OkCupid. Tinder, Match were the #1 dating apps that came up. The #1 dating sites for LGBT couples were said to be Her, for women seeking women, were said to be Queer Dating, and also Tinder once again. eHarmony was ranked as the #1 for older adults, as well as I think Our Time, which is specifically for people past 50, which I think is great.
Wait, eHarmony is for folks past 50?
No, Our Time. OurTime.com. Now, I apologize if you guys go to that website and it's not there anymore because I didn't get a chance to go and check up on that one. So, and also Christian Mingle for people, you know, in the church, of the cloth. You know, pastor can't just go to the club and meet somebody if he don't have a first lady. So, there's that. Now, I have 5 ground rules for dating, or I'll say leading up to the first date. And I'm so passionate about this, I'm gonna try not to scream. And I'm calling it dating with purpose. So the first one is, do not give your phone number to somebody who asks for it walking by. Are you not worth them stopping? Now, this is not about them walking, because everybody does not have a car. I am a commuter. Amen. Thank God for my baby. Thank you, babe. But I am a commuter. I'm always walking. I'm always on the bus. I'm always on the train. And it's fine if you happen to meet somebody out walking. Do not give your number to somebody walking by. And it's happened to me 1 in 1,000 times. And they think I'm stuck up. And I'm not stuck up, but I am above some stuff. Right? Am I not worth you stopping to have a conversation with? You supposed to just walk by. You barely broke stride and you, how you doing, ma? How you doing, beautiful? Let me get your number. And you barely like stopped on your heels. Stop and talk to me. And ladies, because unfortunately I see more men do this than women. Ladies, please, women, please, require more of your time than a passerby who got your number in 5 minutes. Because this is also an opportunity for you to ask yourself, how many other women's phone numbers did he get walking by? He done got 10 numbers by the time he got home. He didn't have to do no work. You are worth talking to. You are worth him standing there for 5 minutes to look into your big, beautiful eyes. To, I don't know, maybe he likes your hips. Let him get a good look. It's all right. It's all right. Do not give your number to somebody who cannot give you enough time to stop for you. Number 2.
Wow.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, y'all better pull out the offering tray. I'm going to church. Do not go out the first time they ask you, because that also happens with the passerby or pickup. They walk past you. Hey, how you doing? Oh, you look good. Oh, you're beautiful. Oh, this, oh, that. Great. The ego needs that. It's wonderful. It's great to hear. I know. But do not go out the first time. It's okay to have a little bit of mystery about yourself. People respect people. And I don't want to go all Steve Harvey, think like a man on everybody. But people respect people that have boundaries. I do. My wife does. People respect people in employment. You can take that to work. You can take that to that. You can take that rule to work with you. When you go on a job interview and they call you, offering you the job, you don't have to say yes right then when they call you. It could be the job of your dreams. You can say, "Can I just think about this and get back to you?" And you give them a responsible time. But do not go out the first time. It is, and my recommendation is, let's do some phone courting. Remember that? Remember when we were like 14 and you couldn't go on a date yet? I didn't go on my first date until I was 16, and it was a triple date at that. So let me just put that out there. But my mother made me talk on the phone because she's like, you're not just going out with any old person you meet and you just met them. You done met them on Tuesday. They called you on Thursday. Y'all went out on Friday. They picked you up at your house, and now they know where you live inside of a week. Sorry, not my child. And that is something that Yolanda and I have both agreed that we are going to impart to our little baby goober when that time comes. Let's see here. Number 3 is the obvious. Meet at a public place. That goes right off of what I was just saying. Do not give somebody your address to pick you up the first date. Lyft and Uber has given us so much more independence. It's ridiculous. Because as long as you got yourself a debit card, you can get an Uber. And you meet at a public place. And this is not just teenager advice. This is young woman advice. I mean, women get abducted at all ages, okay?
Yeah.
I watched 3 Days to Live. Hello? Yeah. So, you all meet at a public place, and it's all right to have a little mini squad at the table next to y'all, or at the table couple, even on a standby. I have been on standby many a time for many a friend or relative on a first date, on a blind date. So these are just things to think about. Let's see. This is a big one. I'm sorry, but I have to say this. You need to look that person up on sexoffender.com and mugshots.com.
Wow.
I am not against going out and being in a relationship with someone who has done time, because nobody's perfect and everybody makes mistakes. However, you have to figure out what kind of past you can deal with. Because if you decide to merge your life with that person's, their life, their past, their mistakes become your life, your past. Your mistakes. It's all gonna blend together. So you also need to just know what you're dealing with before you go out, because you may sit at the table and y'all get to talking and, oh, well, have you ever been arrested? No, I haven't been arrested. Have you ever been arrested? No. And both of you could be lying. So this is not one-sided. Look your person up on, and there are female sex offenders. Let's just keep it 100. So that's something else to do. And let's see. Do not let them take you home. Just like you got the Uber or Lyft there, get the Uber or Lyft back home. Because I do not agree that, and it could have been a magical date. The stars could be shining. The Merlot was good. The shrimp scampi, although I don't even know how that tastes because I can't eat shrimp, was good, and it was all buttery and great. That's wonderful. Don't be seduced. Not yet. We'll get to that in a second. And the last one of my 5. No, I'll hold it. Oh my goodness, the comments are like, I can't even read them all. But sorry. So the last one is date around. And there is such a horrible double standard going on that men can date around and women can't. And it's not true, and it's not right. There is nothing wrong with you if you choose to go on more than, or to date more than one person. Now, don't have like a harem, 5 or 6 people, but you may not find the person you want to spend more time with if you date one person at a time. Take the time to date. Dating is an art. That's why we call this the art of dating. It is all right, ladies, cause I'm just gonna be perfectly honest. Men get away with this crap all the time. Oh my, we not exclusive. Oh yeah. You know I'm the. And it's not even just men, cause hello. let's just say when we started dating way back in 2008, she was dating more than one person. She was dating me and I don't know how many others, but at least one other. And I was like, oh, it's not just me. I'm not special. I made it all these things about me. And for her at that point in her life, she just wanted to date more than one person. I mean, we know who she eventually settled on, but you know. So, sorry, I couldn't resist that one. So, okay, yes. And don't let anybody call you a name, a hoe, a thought, a slut. You are a woman who is not afraid to be different. And far too many times we boo up so quickly. Y'all done been on 3 dates. That's your boo. You done changed your relationship stat. Is that all it takes? Is that all it takes? You normally can do 3 dates in about 2.5 to 3 weeks if you do about a date per week. And it doesn't work for me. So I'll put that out there. And I think we all as a human race need to spend more time getting to know our people. There is an added bonus of getting to know the person that you're with once you decide on each other. But do not be afraid, and please, I beg of you, take the time that it takes to get to know the person that you're going to be with. I think that was all for my do's and don'ts. So the last part before I hand the phone to Wisdom is my all-time favorite, honey. Date yourself. You got to be, clap it back, clap it up, clap harder.
She loves this topic.
Oh my God, I do. Oh my Jesus, child. Date yourself, child. You are dope. And you will not ever know how dope you are if you wait on somebody else to tell you.
Right on.
You will not ever know that you are good damn company all by yourself if you don't spend any time with yourself. Is my bestie still on? Is Pook still on?
Yeah, she
yes, boo. She's my number one. She knows like how in love I am with some time to myself. Because if you don't spend time with yourself, you will not be able to, how do I say this? If you don't date you, nobody else will want to date you.
Yeah.
Why I want to be with you if you can't give me a reason why you want to be with you? What's dope about you that I get to inherit and benefit from if we blend together? And my all-time favorite thing, I promise you, is to go to movies by myself. Because, of course, that's my field. I'm a filmmaker, blah, blah, blah. And no, Yolanda doesn't really like the movies. I mean, a good action movie come out and then she'll be dragging me. But other than that, she's not really interested. So it gives me an opportunity to even further date myself by going to the movies by myself. And I'm going to be perfectly honest. I got that from a man that I dated. And that's all I'm going to say, because he's also an author. So we went on like 2 dates, 1.5 really. And that's an exclusive. Not a lot of people know that. So that's why I'm not going to say too much. But he said something on that second date. And I promise you, it just lit me like a match. You have to spend time with you. Because if not, once you get into the relationship, you now expect that other person to entertain you. Mm-hmm. To make you happy. Mm-hmm. To give you purpose. To take you out. Take your damn self out. Don't you have money? Don't you work? You know what I'm saying? Take yourself out. Date yourself. And if anything, what it has done in our relationship is it has increased the intimacy, because we then look forward to, seeing each other and spending time with each other. And that also includes keep your friendships. And I'm guilty of this too. I hope they don't burn me in effigy, but when we get into our relationships and we get booed up, we kind of put our friends off to the side. We don't mean to, but we do. And then our friends are blowing up our phone and, well, you ain't calm, you ain't blah, 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 blah. And I'm just gonna be, Yolanda and I did it for like a year and a half. We just like forgot the outside world and just really fell in love hard with each other, and that was just it. And getting cursed out on both sides, written out the best friend will, it just was bad. It was just bad. So do not, please learn from that and learn from what our experience was. Don't do that. Maintain your friendships. That will also increase and maintain the excitement in your relationship. So, yes, I think I'm done. The other piece I was going to cover is where to meet people, but I decided to kind of not do that part because you really can meet someone anywhere. There's like, you know, I don't think there's like a designated place. I mean, we could say the Poetry Cafe or the Jazz Cafe or the Starbucks. Connection is always possible as long as we are open, willing, ready, and faithful. Connection is always possible. So I've met people that turned out to be great relationships, just not lasting, walking down the street, you know. So that is my part. I don't even know how far we are, but I'm gonna catch up on the comments while I give the vlog to Miss Wisdom. You want me to hold it, honey?
No, I'm gonna try to hold it and do it that way. So thank you all for continuing to be with us. Once you have mastered being in a relationship by yourself, you will then find yourself in a relationship with one other. And so what I'm going to talk about is the art of dating while in a relationship. So the first topic for me is dating after the honeymoon has faded. And that could be up to 6 months. That could be up to a year sometimes. That, you know, things are just going to naturally go smoothly. The laughter is just going to just flow. And there's really no effort in the first 6 months to a year because it's all still new and you're still learning each other. And there's all of the wow factor that's going on. So sooner or later, 6 months or a year later, the spark is not going to be so sparky anymore. And then we're going to have to find ourselves perhaps being bored, asking, are we still attracted to that person? Is that person still attracted to us? This there? Okay. And this is where the rubber meets the road. How was that? All right. And so what happens is that now we have to learn to maintain our attractability.
Wow, huh?
And strike, now we have to also strike a balance because all of the fanfare has settled down. So here we go. So now we have to begin to create time to be together. We have to start to pre-plan. We have to start to match up our schedules because in that newness phase, we don't have to do any of that. Like Patrice said, in the first year, we're in love. And so our schedules are naturally going to match up and be together. So once we come out of that cocoon and realize that the real world still exists, we will have to we will have to begin to put some effort into the relationship. So the first part so the first part here, it says date night within the relationship, and this is called self-introspection, and it's called self-care. It is so easy to get lost in your relationships. We lose our individuality and we lose our sense of self. Date night or date day with self allows time for reflection and introspection. For example, am I still attracting my babe, or am I still attractive to my babe, and vice versa?
Whoa.
Huh? So you got to ask those questions. When you reach a lull in your relationship and you're bored and you're like, yeah. So it's so easy for some things to start to slide away and fade away. But you got to ask yourself those questions. And when you're in a date night by yourself, it's a time for you to really be honest with yourself. No one is there but you, and ask, am I still attractive to her? Is she still attractive to me? If not, what do I need to do? If not, then how do I get back to that? Self-care comes in when perhaps we don't get our hair done as regularly. Self-care comes in when we don't get our feet done as regularly, or when we shop for ourselves, we don't shop for ourselves like we used to. And unknowingly and quietly, the attention moves away from ourselves on to other things. In other words, it's so easy sometimes to get lost in a couple, in a relationship. It is up to us to remind each other. Patrice reminds me all the time, like, when are you going out with some of your friends?
I'm sorry. Babe, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I do. I'm sorry. You know, because I need some alone time. Like, when you leaving? I'm back. I'm sorry. It's her time. Go ahead, babe.
And there are times I've been offended, like
what you mean?
My friends, like, I'm fine, because honestly, believe it or not, I'm more of a recluse person and more introvert than I am an extrovert. This is my extrovert.
Whatever.
Okay, so I'm more of an introvert. So when she feels that I haven't gone out by myself, and this, what I'm coming to understand, that when she says I haven't gone out by myself, it is not just about to give her alone time, but she could also be saying subliminally, you know, spend some time by yourself, check in, and see what it is.
Yes,
when it's not.
Honey, yes. Okay, that's what I'm saying too. Yes, I want maybe to have some time to myself, but I'm so glad you said that. I don't want to cut into your time, but it's not just about you having time for yourself. It's about your partner as well. And also, just real quick, parents, when you have, you have kids, and whether you're single or you have a 2-parent household, when the kids go away, that's your time for you too, not just time for them. Okay, I'm sorry.
All right. Well, that was kind of touchy subject. Glad we brought that up. Okay. All right. So, keep that in mind. Slowly but surely, as we work this relationship, things are going to start to fall to the wayside, and then we got to remind ourselves. So listen, let's say things have fallen to the wayside for like a good 6 months, and probably haven't had sex in a good 6 months, and you're like, I don't even know who this is anymore. Like, and then things start to build up. Like, start to argue a little more. There could be some resentment. There could be all sorts of things that can fall into that space in those 6 months that you don't even recognize, that are falling in those space, that are separating the two of you. So here we go. Jumpstart to re-romanticizing each other.
Ooh.
This might require a shift in your mundane, usual pattern, overstimulated world, understimulated relationship, or lens, or viewpoints of things. So let me repeat that. This might require a shift from you, from me, in our mundane, usual pattern, overstimulated world, understimulated relationship lens, and a viewpoint. So we begin to look at each other without any spark, without any zeal, without any desire, because sometimes life just kicks us in the butt, and we have to contend with that piece of the war. So here we go. For example, if you're not feeling sexy or romantic, sometimes you just have to jump in and just have sex anyway.
Yes, very true.
So we're past the point of planning. We're past the point of our schedules meeting up or not meeting up. We've been doing that. So all we've been doing for the past 6 months is planning and then canceling those plans. How about that? All we've been doing is pre-scheduling, and then making another schedule. So sometimes, damn it, you just have to say, we're gonna not watch TV, we're not gonna go out, we're not gonna do this, we're just going to have sex. And that doesn't mean that the fun and the excitement won't return, but this is a way for it to return. Because when we recognize, as we do, that we do a lot of planning, and none of it ever gets done, right?
Wow.
We got clothes, right?
Wow.
We got clothes to wash. It's hot outside. It's all these other sorts of things.
We putting it all out there, y'all. This woo.
that get in the way, and damn it, I'd rather, you know, be with my babe than watch another episode of whatever that may be. And she knows that. Like, so you got to jump start. So you got to just jump in the middle, and you just got to start from right there where you are, and it will ignite you. It will ignite her. It will ignite him. And to a lesser degree, if you can't just jump into sex, what about just cuddling up on a sofa?
Mm-hmm.
That's a jump start. You can re-romanticize yourself by still just cuddling up on a sofa, and try that on for starters. Okay, if you haven't, you know, watched a watch a movie in a while with each other because of your schedules, just start by cuddling. Okay, so here we go. The elements of being surprising and sexy. So one of the things Patrice and I did early on in our relationship, and we haven't done it in a while, but it really helps to jumpstart us.
Oh, no, you're not.
When we're in a lull.
Okay, go ahead, say it.
The favorite game, our favorite game we like to play.
Oh, my God.
Say it, babe.
Strangers at the bar.
Strangers at the bar!
OMG. Right. She is like, listen, this is what happens when we do not have time to run our notes past each other. Oh my God.
Strangers at the bar is one of the most inexpensive, and it's the most sexy thing that you and your partner can do. Man, woman, man, however it is mingled up in there. She's gonna tell you guys really briefly about Valentine's Day last year. Do you remember? So no, I'm gonna let her do that because, you know, my mind is on these notes right now. So listen to this. It allows both parties a chance to get sexy and to surprise each other. It truly, truly does. And what does that mean? Play strangers at the bar. Well, everybody has their own place, their own transportation to get to a particular restaurant. Mm-hmm. One gets there ahead of each other. One is sitting at the bar, and the other just comes up to the bar and strikes up a conversation with this person. As if you've never even met. So you got to stay in these characters of never meeting, and you have to really play this thing out until you see a spark in her eyes, you see a spark in his eyes, and then you can you can take it as far as you want to take it, but the goal is to reconnect with your partner. Is there something you wanted to say? I'm just, listen, I'm still kind of shell-shocked. She is like letting it all out, but I'm be vulnerable because this is why we started this vlog series. But damn, yeah, who normally breaks character first? Me or you? I don't know. I don't know. So listen to this. For the women, you can buy a new sexy piece of clothing, and you don't let them see it until you're going to put it on. Mm-hmm. You can get some new makeup, or you could try some new makeup. Now I'm into makeup, right? And you can not put this on until you're going to meet with him, because one of you guys is going to be out the house. Okay, you're both not going to be in the house getting dressed at the same time playing strangers at the bar. So it's about toddling between the two of you. Who's going to be in the house, who's going to be out the house, and things of that nature. For the men, try this on. Men who don't usually get pedicures, get a pedicure. Ooh. She's gonna look. Oh my God! Oh, sorry. She's gonna love it. Yes, she is going to love it. Instead of, like your rough feet slicing up the sheets, leaving lacerations in her like ankles and stuff. Okay, sorry, but I know a lot of y'all can. Even when I was dating men, oh my God, I might still have a mark somewhere. Like, it's just the best. Good idea. Huh? Good. That was a good idea, babe. Wisdom. So, and the other thing she would love this pedicure. And what about this, man? Let's go a little further. How about a facial if you've never had one? Wow. Huh? How about get your eyebrows tamed if you've never done that? She will look at you in a whole new way. And sorry, I don't know if you have that there. Doing it together. I see so many couples, straight, LGBT, whatever. I see so many couples at the spa together. That is the sexiest thing ever. Well, one of them. Okay, I'm sorry. And one more thing, men, that could spark an interest in your female partner again, or re-romanticize her, If you don't wear colored t-shirts, buy a colored t-shirts for this event as well. A bright color, because a bright color helps her to open up her eyes a little wider to see you. Because of that bright color, she will begin to look at you in a whole new way.
Wow.
And that covers it for my tips for dating within a couple's relationships. If there are questions out there, I really can't see them right now, so I'm going to turn it back over.
We have a whole heap of comments going on, so
okay.
I don't know what check time, honey. We probably well in 30 minutes at this point,
no,
but
we are.
Can I add something to what you said?
Yeah, please.
So I love the spa idea. I feel like my boobs are freaking. I'm back. I love the spa idea because it is very sexy. It's a way for you to connect. It's a way for couples to be with each other. And it's also a wonderful single date idea for yourself. Another great thing is, and this is letting some stuff out too, go to the strip club together. Okay? I know this is like a boom. Hello? She's blushing. Y'all can't even. This is like a boom, drop the mic moment. Like, I used to hear women talking about, oh, he could be going to the strip club, but God knows what he be doing, and whatever. Or men will be like, you know, who you going to strip club with? But why you got to go? How about we answer those questions? Go together. Now I'm just going to put it on out there. Birthday? Okay. So, for my birthday this year, you know, I was all engrossed in school. I was stressed out, and I was just like, oh, I just need a reprieve. And, you know, winter babies, we normally have to kind of downsize our birthdays because we winter babies and it's normally snowing or, hey, you know, like, no, y'all stay in the house. It's a state of emergency. So, like, we don't really get to celebrate very, you know, flamboyantly. But Yolanda took me to the GD strip club. Okay, that was like big pimping on her behalf. She took me to the strip club, had some select friends of mine meet us there that I had no idea about nothing. And that's another wonderful thing to do, the element of surprise. And just for extra G status, like, we get there, I'm looking around like, well, how you find this place? Well, what? She slaps a pile of ones for me to make it rain when we get in a strip club. Now, my mother, if she sees this, Mom, you're probably gonna like fall out your chair at this point. But listen, when I tell you, I was so flippin' turned on and impressed and kind of and still thankful in some way, because I was like, at that point, that had been what, the 7.5 year mark, that we're still able to afford each other these kinds of surprises, so to speak, at this point. And so it just revitalized me at that time. Okay. That may not be your thing, but worked for us.
It worked for us because I understood that, you know, often in our relationship talks we talk about strip clubs, but most importantly, I wanted to try to access her love language, which is about, for her love language is about showing effort and getting into the details and having that all to materialize. So I was very anxious. I didn't speak with anyone else about it. I wasn't sure, but I knew that I was on the right page, and I knew that she would be surprised because everything about that club was new. I never heard of it either, but I was doing my research online, and I just wanted to really access her love language, and very anxious in putting it together. So I'm really glad it turned out for you.
It turned out wonderfully. Uh-oh, here comes the sun. So, oh, and one last thing. No, two things. I don't know, I hope I do not offend anybody, but it is not my recommendation, and I was brought to this thought when you were talking about the honeymoon phase, and you guys can look it up. It's not something we're making up. Right. It is a psychological term, actually, and I learned about it in school. The honeymoon phase is an actual term for the lovey-dovey beginning time in a relationship. It lasts anywhere from 6 months to a year and a half, depending on your relationship, depending on your energy, your dynamics, whatever. So ours lasted about a whole year and a half, but because of that,
I'm gonna start driving down.
Okay. Because of that, we're closing up because we gotta go. Because of that, it is not my personal recommendation. I have seen couples that have gotten married inside of a year, inside of 6 months, and it's worked out fine. So to that, I have to just say, different strokes, different folks, and you just never really know. But it's not my recommendation. Because
what's not your recommendation?
To get married inside of
the
honeymoon phase, inside of 6 months, a year, year and a half.
Okay.
Again, I don't want to offend anybody, because anybody watching or somebody you know and love could be very happy with somebody they went on 4 dates with and they went and got married, and that's great. But I don't personally recommend that, because for me, I need to know how you move. You need to know how I move. We need to go through some struggle together. And you know, I got to see what kind of soldier you are. And I'm sure you want to see what kind of soldier I am. And our struggles show us our character and our struggle. And our soldier, who we really are. So the other thing was, I was thinking about a movie which highlighted how things can be lovey-dovey in the beginning, the honeymoon phase, and then they fall apart. And that movie is called About Last Night, which is a remake. It came out, I think, in 2014 with Kevin Hart, Regina Hall, Michael Ealy, his fine self. But if you watch it, focus on the relationship dynamic between the character of Joy, don't know her last name, but that's her actual name, the actor, and Michael Ealy. Focus on, that was a wonderful explanation of how relationships that come together quickly and are not founded on much, or depending on where the two people are at that time in their life, how they can fall apart. So that is it for today. Gosh, I'm exhausted, but this felt so good. It felt so good. I was so excited about this topic, and we're just going to keep going and keep growing, and we hope you guys continue to come with us. Thank you for watching. This is
too, babe. They have questions.
Website?
I'm sorry.
Oh, yes. Email. If you want to email us questions, topic suggestions, we're open. Email anything you may have to say related to the vlog to twon29@gmail.com. This is Whipper and
Wisdom,
and we are out of here. Have a great day. We love you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.